Live from GSGA 099253 in Kukumemule Accra, on DSTV channel 41 and GoTV channel 144 on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. This is JoyNews Interactive and I am a piece of CBD. Now, scores of aggrieved customers of defunct gold dealership Menzgold marched to the residence of CEO Nana Piametsa to retrieve their locked-up funds. The embattled firm had announced earlier that it will, from Friday, December 27, 2019, begin paying customers their locked-up funds, which have been in arrears for the past 3 years. Now, the customers rather ended up behind bars as the police arrested and charged them for breaching the Public Order Act and unlawful entry. It was a dramatic charged atmosphere at the Trasako home of Nana Piametsa as the customers made another push to get their monies.
Only one person you people are protecting and so many people are dying in their bedrooms. What is it? It's now one being made by gold and some of us have been made by the sun. What are they trying to tell us?
I'm sorry about everything that's happening, but how much of your money was invested here?
Sometimes I do not want to disclose my money on the air because when I mention it, my heart is annoying, my brother. Okay. Today, me, some of us, we are ready. They can use our blood to rewrite the history. That one person have duped the whole nation and they are protecting him. They are protecting him. We are sick and tired. People are dying in their rooms. Because of it, people are dying in their rooms. And this Akufado you have not seen. It's number one so special because all of you are benefiting from our money. Give us our coins and we'll be at peace.
Me to me maguya so me ko wura di wi na Ghana system wa ya dey Akufado ju ani ba ka o ma ni e mo bo wa te na Akufado wa ye wa kwasha yensa ama ya nwisi ani nyanka ya asamo ya ye mo bo won kra anu ye ni ka mafuo biara o obi di uka na beju sikeja ye ba ye dire ba bi di yasa na mo na tututu.
She says she traveled out of the country to go and then you know hustle and make some money, and she came back and invested all that money into the gold dealership firm.
And yes, I me this Ghana to a man bosumi mienumpe aka na na ma bosumi ba kwa beso no mete wana mete omo hu baby de me kɔ hɔ no me yesi agugu company no me this Ghana to a kapra kra manya bi mete ya mi wo emoja nko na etumi emoja nko na enyumia ena dia mi po bi aka me wona na wona ku me prego ena dia ja mi nko ba bia.
So she said since she made the investment, she's not even received an installment of the dividends that should have accrued on the funds, and so she has come here to demand her money.
Number one is trending on Twitter, so is Menzgold, and you've been reacting to this. You can send your WhatsApp messages on 054010909, 054010909. But let's go to Twitter and see what you have been saying. At I am Kamala says this Menzgold issued dear, so I beg go as the customers catch number one in house for the Trasako there, nor was he in the house. At Nanaya Prempe says, Namwan get links rough. Menzgold customers, Opana is protecting him all. At Pa_Nico says, see the quick response of the GH police to Namwan's house? But when there's robbery attack at a remote area, they'll say they have no fuel. At Nico says they easily arrested people for unlawful entry, but are protecting such a huge scam. Menzgold customers, make you watch yourself, because if no one even shoots you, it's a foolish case. That's the country we live in, if not for what God created. Enoch says you can't take the law into your own hands. When the government wanted to follow the due process, these same customers said Namwan is ready to pay them, so the government should release him. Pass their lives. The system is protecting Nam1, and that's from Chief Boots. Amanka Benjamin says, Menzgold customers, you know how it works in Ghana. This is an election year. Push governments to help release your cash from Nam1 or simply forget it. Now, some farmers at the Kajelo in the Kasina Nankana West District of the Upper East region are abandoning their farms because of dry dams. Let's watch that.
Are now bracing themselves to cash in some more on their gardens. They are confronted with a dilemma. The water in the dam is fast running out. So they have to either abandon the gardens and leave the remaining water for the consumption of their livestock, or they use the water for the gardens and their livestock will die of thirst.
Because the water is not enough, you just use 1 day in a week. So that's why it read this time. So we are managing the water. Because of that, the water is still there. And today yesterday that, we finished the water. So we don't have enough of water. So we have to leave the gardens there. Yeah.
Because the water is almost finished. So 1 week, when I even watered today, I will not be able to water again. So I'm always disappointed. You see how the pepper is. Now that I'm to get something for it bigger. You see how it is. I mean, I was even to leave because I think if I even water it today, it's nothing. Yes, I'll get nothing for it, but I will try and see. That's how it is.
Close to Yusuf's garden, one farmer has already given up, abandoned his garden under the harsh Harmattan weather, and it is a big feast for the sheep. Assemblyman for Kajelo, Hilary Aniako, believes the dam has served a good purpose, but says more people could benefit if government were to expand the dam.
I believe that about 500 people will benefit from this particular dam if government comes to increase or expand this particular dam. Because the chain is there. If you benefit, another person will benefit indirectly. And there is joy in the town. There is joy in Kajulu.
We posted that report on our Facebook page and you've been reacting to it. Let's go to Facebook and see what you've been saying. This one is from Daniel Ohime, who says, where are the people who are calling these dugouts as irrigation dams? Let us stop deceiving ourselves because of partisan politics. If these farmers had technical advice, there was no way they should have invested their limited resources in that wasteful venture. There was no way that amount of water was going to be sufficient to irrigate 1 hectare for 4 months. Swali says, when you talk, they will tag you as ... The policy is very good, but the approach is just wrong. Instead of constructing dugouts in every village, why not construct huge dams for 5 or more communities and irrigation systems installed? The black and white Volta rivers are wasting away. Government must revisit this policy. Chris says Nkrumah supervised the construction of a dam that has lasted for more than 50 years now. The current jurisdiction couldn't construct a dam that could last for even 5 years. George says, I really appreciate this very report because politicians have taken us for granted and making the country to suffer in developing it at the expense of their pockets. Okay, thank you, Joy. Hashtag we need more. Rajit says, very good initiative, but if they dug real dams or bigger ones, it would have helped a lot. Romeo Bain Madison says we must stop defrauding our people with cheap initiatives. We have great ideas, but because of petty politics, some of the initiatives are poorly executed. We execute projects as if we don't care. We never do things and be proud because there's no patriotism in our DNA. Over the years, a lot of projects that are supposed to push our country forward have rather brought us back because all the money is spent without any value attached to it. Let's think Ghana first, not our family or our pockets first. Abdul Zet Hadi says, the plan was to have water all year round, but unfortunately it couldn't happen. Let's go back to the table. And Kofi Freeman says, the governments cannot do everything. Opposition politicians who control these areas must also help their own people. They can divert river water from far into these dams. Northerners in politics can't live in Accra and expect manna from heaven. They must engage in serious irrigation. Eric Jim John says it's a good initiative. As the technical calculations, they need to be reviewed. I hope the authorities will do the necessary corrections. Sally says, whether it's a dugout, a well, a borehole, or a dam, the initiative is good. Let's perfect it, even if there are challenges. I know in Africa we celebrate failure and doubt because everything is petty, partisan politics. Media houses are poor, polarized, and thrive on negatively reportage. Okay, the initiative is excellent. If we had done that 62 years ago, we would have been better off. We're 62 years late. Well done, Akufo-Addo. Even with the challenges, we are making progress. Kwekwe Evans says, have these dugouts, so-called dams, serve the purpose for which they were created? This is a time that the people need water in the dams and they're disappointed. This is a waste of the nation's resources. Atokamana Akin says, I still don't understand why this government always talking about one village, one dam, whilst they know that it is a deception. Hey, is that how politicians are? Okay. I'm highly disappointed in those who still defend the government for its deception. On that note, I'm going to take a quick breather. We'll be back with more. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with myself, Mapita CBD. You know how to join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. Now it's dry season, the Hamatan, and a lot of people are complaining about different illnesses. Now today we're highlighting common Hamatan illnesses and how to deal with them. Speaking to Mama V on the AM show was Salma Pong Adomako, who's the senior nursing officer from the Kolibu Teaching Hospital.
Okay, so we have what we call bronchitis, inflammation of the bronchioles. The bronchioles are an extension of the windpipe that takes air in and out of the lungs. So when it gets inflamed, you know there's a problem. And we are breathing a lot of dry, dusty air. You can see that you can do a cleanup this morning, you go to work, come back, and you have to do another cleanup. It's the dust, and that's what we are breathing in. Those people who know me can hear from my voice that this is not my real voice. It's become hot because I'm also under the weather.
Yeah, there's another colleague who's drinking hot coffee with no sugar because he has to go on air and he has to clear that throat.
Exactly. So the dryness is causing what we call bronchitis. And when there's that inflammation, it affects children. It can affect you, the adult, but children are mostly at risk. I work with children, pregnant women, elderly people. They are all at risk because, and then people with conditions, chronic conditions, you know, their immune system is lowered, so they'll be more at risk. Yes, you're talking about children. Children have gone to school, and then they go and come with a whole lot of things. And with this kind of weather, the the conditions with the airway are a lot. I've mentioned bronchitis. This time around, you have to really protect yourself. You can decide to mask, but in our part of the world, when you mask, people will be staring at you. But some other places, it's normal for them to mask in some harsh weather conditions. You can mask age of 60 or 65.
Okay.
So it's more common with children.
Okay.
You see it more with children. They bring it and come and infect you. But you realize that you can have 2 or 3 children having it. After they are recovered, then you might end up having it. But it won't be as severe as this.
Okay.
Okay, so...
All right. Well, but we'll come to the treatment proper.
Okay.
So take us through the other things that you have on your list.
Okay, so bronchitis, we have asthma too. People with asthma, they are... they would get the effect more because we're talking about the airway. And asthma is a chronic condition that affects the airway. So they will also experience the severity of it when their airway gets inflamed and the wheezing and everything. This time around, as I said earlier, we are not breathing fresh air. We are not breathing clean air. We are breathing dusty air. So that is where the problem is. And asthma, there's inflammation. Inflammation comes with swelling. So as with the bronchioles, the airway gets inflamed, gets swollen, and produces mucus. Asthma too. It's swollen. They are trying to breathe. They can't breathe. They are wheezing. They are coughing. They are producing sputum and all that. So that is where the difficulty is. An asthmatic will get an attack easily in this kind of weather as compared to somebody who is not an asthmatic. And we have a common cold. You know, this common cold, runny nose, itchy eyes, itchy ears, and I am talking about children again this time around. You know, children, a child may be under 5, about 3 or 2 years, cannot tell you 2 or 1, even less, cannot tell you my ears are itching. So the child will become irritable, cannot tell you I have a sore throat or I have itchy nose. So the child will be irritable and crying. And you'll be wondering what is happening. Yes, the weather is that bad to give us all of that. And the common cold, you'll be coughing, and you need to protect yourself. This is the advice usually we give to the parents, that this kind of weather, you should think that the weather is going to be cold. You should just...
All right, so those are some common illnesses and how to tackle them during this Hamilton season. Now, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have announced they'll step back as senior royals and work to become financially independent. In a statement, Prince Harry and Meghan also said they plan to split their time between the UK and North America. Now, Prince Harry and Meghan publicly revealed their struggles under the media spotlight last year in October, and in their unexpected statement on Wednesday, also posted on their Instagram page, the couple said they made the decision after many months of reflection and internal discussions. Proud JoyNews Interactive with myself, Mampita CBD. You know how to join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. We're also on YouTube or My Joy Online TV. I am Mampita CBD. Thank you so much for your company. Bye.